Hey YouTube, what's up? Happy Wednesday, happy hump day, happy Virgo day. You know, guys know Virgo is ruled by planet Mercury and Wednesdays are our day. So happy Virgo day to any Virgos that come across this video. I pray you guys are well. I pray your week is well. There's a full moon tomorrow in Sagittarius. So anybody that has any placements of Sagittarius, whether it's their sun sign, rising sign, moon sign, make sure you check out the energy that surrounds you during this full moon, what you need to know. I'm going to come here and give you guys your quick message to see what Most High Ancestors has for us surrounding this full moon. The energy is already pertinent. Like yesterday, you probably could have felt the energy, today, tomorrow, and then 3 days after the new moon, you'll probably still feel that energy of the new moon and the effects of it. But let's hop into you guys' messages and see what Most High Ancestors has for us. I already shuffled, I prayed over the deck and the messages, but I will shuffle again on camera just so you guys can see. Because I know some people are sticklers about that. They trying to make sure you ain't quote unquote cheating or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Trying to finesse the message. But all right, let me shuffle this like 3 more times. And then I'm going to split the deck and we'll get to it. For YouTube purposes, guys, this is for entertainment purposes only. But obviously there's messages in here that resonate for people. So take what you got, what you need, leave what you don't. If it resonates, cool. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and let's get straight to it. All right, Most High Ancestors, what do you have for the collective today? Energy surrounding the new moon. What does the collective need to know, be aware of? Okay, that flew out the deck. What was that? Okay, so at the bottom of the deck, we have the Magician. The Magician is, let me see if I can adjust this so you guys can see. So the Magician is somebody who has all the elements that they need to create the life that they want. They have all the elements as far as earth, fire, wind, and water. And then it's as above, so below. So, and then they have the 8 over there. Let me try to see if I can move this so you guys can actually see. Then they have the infinity symbol over his head as far as creation is, and karma and pouring in and pouring out is in cycles. So, and the Magician represents Virgo and Gemini. So any Virgos or Geminis, this may be significant to you. To let you know that, and this is also represents Isis. Isis is the goddess, I think it was an Egyptian goddess or something to that effect. But Isis is just literally like the book of Genesis is about the book of Isis, is about Isis because it's Genesis, literally the generations of Isis and how that came about. So the Magician could be significant to you. Virgo, Gemini might be significant to you. Isis may be significant, something about generations. Or just the number 1, because that's like obviously the beginning, you know what I'm saying? What you're getting ready to create, what you've been creating, or even pregnancy. Somebody might be pregnant trying to create a child, you know what I'm saying? Or they're getting ready to find out that they created something, a little bun in the oven. But the card that fell out of the deck is the 5 of Cups. The 5 of Cups is kind of worrying about crying over spilt milk type thing, like worrying about things that basically they shouldn't be worrying about, because even though he has these three cups in front of him that are knocked over, he still has these 2 cups right here behind him that he isn't even focused on. So it's like, why are you worrying about the things that you've lost when there's more behind you? Things coming to you that you're not even recognizing or understanding. And 5 is the number of change as well. Let me look something up really quick. And Cups is the water element. Pisces, Scorpio, and Cancer. So you might be a Cancer, you might be a Pisces, or you might be a Scorpio, or somebody around you might be one of those signs. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to see. Where is... Okay. So somebody could be grieving a loss of somebody, or just sad, or grieving a situation, or either a situation or a person. I have this thing where I say, as far as making sure that you're staying in the present moment, not worrying about what's going on tomorrow or a week from now or a month from now, next year, whatever the case may be, but focusing on the present moment and staying in the present moment. Because if you are constantly focusing on things that haven't happened yet, you're giving your energy to that. And it might be something negative, it might be something positive, but you have to focus on the right here, right now, what's right, what you have going on as of right now, either internally or externally. If you are grieving, grief has a form of like how you are into isolation. You can get into hermit mode or depressed. You have to make sure you're being patient with yourself at all times. Have compassion for yourself. Apologize to yourself and ask yourself for forgiveness for the things that you've allowed in your life. I don't necessarily try to regret anything, because regret holds a different form of energy already, and it leaves you in the past. And we don't want to stay in the past, because we're supposed to be going forward. Stagnant energy is, there's no growth there unless you are in hermit mode and you're at a standstill in your life, and that's okay. I always say, if you are grieving a death, make sure that the person did not die in vain. Whether they were a friend, family member, co-worker, somebody you knew in the past, or whatever the case may be, make sure that person's death does not die in vain. Don't let it be for no reason. Because obviously, when we come into this world, even though we forget, it's like the Matrix, when they hit you with that light, or even with Men in Black, when they used to hit them with that light and they would, to make them forget what just happened. You know what I'm saying? When you come into this realm, to this earth school, Sheol, you are here for a purpose. You have a reason as to why you are here, what you're supposed to be doing, and you have a whole soul mission that you get distracted from because of the way that this, the way they have this set up. It's we're working for other people. We're living outside of ourselves. We're worshiping beings and deities that are outside of ourselves, and they don't allow us to make time for ourselves either. So we forget our mission, and then we start feeling sad, and we start feeling depressed, and we start feeling lost, and feeling like there's more, there's something that you should know, but you don't know what it is that you're supposed to know, because they distract us from knowing what it is that why we're here. You know what I'm saying? We are energetic beings. And this whole, everything around us is operating off of energy. Everything around us is alive. We are not supposed to get off of our path and off of in the lane that Most High has us in. Getting off of our pathway is like being knocked off of our square. And obviously that disconnects us from Most High. So we have to find that purpose as to why we're here and what we're supposed to be doing. Just like somebody passing away, it's like, what am I supposed to get out of this, Most High? What am I supposed to learn about myself with this death? Because sometimes, especially if you are very dependent on somebody, or somebody, you're so in love with somebody that they has you blinded to what it is that you're supposed to see, Most High will remove that person. And sometimes it's permanently, to where they have to transition. But it's not anything that we signed up for, because the point that I was getting to is, when we come into this earth, when we're born, we signed a contract before we came in here. We know our avatar, we chose our avatar, we chose our ethnic background, our family, friends, things that would happen to us in life. We signed up for all of it to help us grow spiritually, you know? so that when we do transfer over, we've collected the gems and jewels that we needed to collect as we kept going, as we lived out our path and lived on our path and lived in our purpose. So it's like, okay, this person, and you know when you're getting ready to pass, like you can feel it in your spirit. You may not be like consciously aware of it, but you have a feeling. Even dogs know when somebody's getting ready to pass away. But it's like when that contract ends, people don't understand that. It's like, oh, why did it have to happen to them? Why were they so young and all this other stuff? And it's like when you're staring at the surface, that's the energy that you're going to look at it in. That's the perspective that you're going to have. But when you look at it surface deep, like below the surface, and you really dive deep in it, it's like this is what this person signed up for. They lived out their purpose, and even if it was a short life, they lived out what they were supposed to do. They touched the lives that they needed to touch. They had an impact on people who needed to have an impact on. They either lived negatively or they lived positively. You're either high vibrating or low vibrating. It all still has an effect on the people that was surrounding them. So it's like, okay, take the time to ask Most High what it is, why this death was significant, why it had to happen, what am I supposed to know out of it, what am I supposed to gain, and how does it affect me, you know? So, and then after you're done focusing on what you've lost, you turn around and see what you've gained. And these 2 cups might be worth more than all 3 of these cups. And something in 3s might be happening to you, whether it's karma, whether it's good karma or negative karma, what it depends on what you trudged up to this present day. But 3s might be significant, or something happening in 3s, or the number 3 might be significant. The 3rd day, a soul path or soul mission, life path 3. The 3rd month, you might be the 3rd child. Your favorite number might be 3. I'm not exactly sure. Or if, yeah, okay, so these 3 cups can also represent what you've lost. So heartbreak, sadness, an illness. It could be money, it could be a child, it could be a friend. It could be whatever these 3 cups signify in your life at this current moment. It could be relationships. But take the time to make sure that you are fully going through the motions of the grieving process. A lot of people like to get drunk and party and do all this extra rigmarole that serves no type of spiritual purpose or healing or growth to you in any way, shape, or form, because they don't want to face what it is that they need to face in order to be able to heal. It's like Tommy from, what was she from? Off of Love and Hip Hop. She was constantly drinking. And even Jocelyn. Like, when I used to watch that show, it was like, I felt her pain. Like, I felt bad for her, but I understood. And so it was like, she drank so much to where she would black out and fight and all types of atrocities. But it was like, okay, I'm constantly drinking to mask this pain, to mask this hurt, and I don't really want to face what I need to face in order for me to grow and get through this phase that I'm in right now. Just like that game, it was a song from when we were younger, something about a bridge, like you can't go under it, you can't go around it, you can't get over it. Like, you got to go through that door. You know what I'm saying? You got to go through what it is that's going on in your season as of today. There's no way around it, because it's always going to be there until you decide to face it. That's just like on Stranger Things, if anybody's familiar with Stranger Things. There was the episode where with the what was the name of that thing? He was something about clocks, and baby girl with the red hair. I'm having a brain fart right now. I don't know if her name was Sam. I'm forgetting her name, but her brother died in the previous season, and so this season she was faced with this this deity, this being that was basically taking the lives of those who were living in a negative vibration, who weren't healing from trauma that they had in the past. So there are beings, there are spirits that feed off of that negative energy that people hang on to. So if you are not healing that, what you need to heal, or you're trying to avoid the healing process, that could be the very thing that takes you out the game. Because you holding on to that baggage and that hurt and that pain and that trauma is only weighing you down. And this earth is vibrating, and the vibration is constantly going upwards. So if you're constantly if the earth is vibrating and getting to a higher vibration and you're staying down here, you're repelling against the energy that you're supposed to be going along with. Just like if you're floating down the river and the current speeds up, or so whatever the case may be, and you're trying to hold on to the side of it because you don't want to go on with this current, because of this change is rapidly coming for you and affecting you, that you can mess around and rip your arms off because you don't want to go with the flow of what it is and how your life is designed and the path that you're on. You're fighting against it and creating resistance, and you're fighting against yourself. And obviously that's not a good thing for you to do. So you have to face your fears, face your pain, any trauma that you're dealing with or harboring or not healing from, and constantly ignoring and masking with drugs and alcohol or sex or any other type of addictions. It's time to face it, because 5 is change, and that movement needs to happen. That getting out of that stagnant energy has to happen in order for you to grow and in order for you to keep moving forward, because Mother Gaia, planet Earth, is ridding herself of any ticks or fleas, any type of irritants that is not growing, that is not healing, that has a negative vibration, or that's harming her, or has blood on their hands, whatever the case may be. It's just that time where you gotta shake it off, shake things off that is no longer serving you. Because if you keep holding on to it, it's going to obviously weigh you down. You're not gonna grow. Holding on to old things, you can, just like old food expires, a stench starts to come out. You can start to spiritually stink. You know what I'm saying? And that's not cute. You got to keep it classy. You got to keep it cute. You got to smell good. And you don't want to be walking around here smelling like death and like life is not happening for you. You know what I'm saying? So you got to keep constantly moving forward. Whatever obstacle, whatever lesson that you have to learn, enter it with grace. Ask Most High to season your steps and allow you to be guided and protected as you face your traumas and your fears, so that you're able to ascend and go higher, because that's where Most High is. Just like people who are healed and they don't entertain negative vibrations or negative people, it's easier for you to come down to their level, to stoop down to their level, but it's hard for them to come up to yours, you know? So I would suggest you go ahead and do that inner work, become that hermit, because this is giving me hermit vibes anyways, because on the other side of the river is where the home is where the heart is where the healing is at, you know? But you gotta get this off your pathway first. You gotta clear these cups, these misfortune, this hurt, that grief, and that pain, those traumas out of your pathway in order for you to get to where you're supposed to be as far as your destiny. And the only way you can get there is by going forward. So that's all I have for you guys. I pray this message resonates. It's a little bit longer than I've usually been doing, but that's okay, because spirit was flowing, okay? If the message resonates, subscribe to my channel, hit that bell for notifications, like the video, and share the video. Leave a comment, a positive one, okay? Because let your tongue speak life and not death. And if it is something that can attribute to my growth and that you want to leave an opinion or whatever the case in the comments, let it be out of love, let it be out of respect, because I don't want to have to get with you, okay? I don't want to have to start Virgoing. because that, okay? But y'all have a blessed day. I pray that you guys, the week will end well for you guys, that the rest of May will end well for you guys. I can't believe June is already here. Like, that's crazy. This dang on year said, hey, like, hi, bye, real quick. But anyways, I love you guys. I thank y'all for rocking with me and supporting me. Shout out to Mighty Good Session Podcast. I appreciate you too for sharing my videos, because your girl is still getting out her comfort zone. But Most High is working on me, okay? But I thank you for supporting me and sharing my videos on Facebook. Tune in to Mighty Good Session Podcast on Facebook Sundays at 9 if you need a little chuckle, a little giggle,